Imagine building the most advanced supercar in the world, only to lose money on every single one you sell. In the 1980s, Porsche created a machine so futuristic that many believed it belonged in the next century. It had intelligent all-wheel drive, adjustable suspension, twin turbochargers, and technology that no production car had ever combined before. It wasn't just fast. It was smarter than almost every sports car on the road. But despite its incredible engineering, Porsche faced an unbelievable problem. The company was losing money on every Porsche 959 it produced. Even stranger, one of the world's greatest supercars wasn't even allowed on American roads for years. So how did a car that changed automotive history become one of Porsche's biggest financial risks? This is the incredible story of the Porsche 959. To understand the Porsche 959, we have to go back to the early 1980s. At the time, Porsche wanted more than another high-performance road car. The company wanted to dominate the world's toughest rally championship, Group B. Group B was unlike anything motorsport had seen before. Manufacturers were given the freedom to experiment with cutting-edge technology, creating machines that were faster, lighter, and more powerful than ever. Porsche saw this as the perfect opportunity. Engineers began developing a car that could conquer both the rally stage and the open road. The result was the Porsche 959. Under its sleek body sat a 2.85-liter twin-turbocharged flat-six engine, producing around 450 horsepower. But the engine was only part of the story. The real breakthrough was its intelligent all-wheel drive system. Unlike traditional four-wheel drive cars, the 959 could constantly adjust how much power went to each wheel, giving it extraordinary grip in rain, snow, gravel, or high-speed corners. It was technology decades ahead of its time. The car also featured an adjustable suspension, lightweight Kevlar, and aluminum body panels, run-flat tires with pressure monitoring, and advanced aerodynamics, features rarely seen on production cars in the 1980s. Every detail was engineered to push the limits of performance. But innovation came at a price. Developing these technologies was incredibly expensive. Every Porsche 959 required countless hours of hand assembly, precision engineering, and specialized components. Although customers paid a premium, Porsche reportedly spent even more building each car than it received from selling one. Financially, the 959 was not a profitable project. Yet Porsche believed something more important was at stake. The company wanted to prove what was possible. And it did. In 1986, the Porsche 959 became the fastest production car in the world, reaching a top speed of approximately 107 miles per hour, 317 kilometers per hour. It stunned journalists and competitors alike. Drivers praised its stability, comfort, and confidence at speeds that few road cars could safely achieve. But another challenge soon appeared. Because the Porsche 959 had never been officially certified to meet U.S. road regulations at the time, American enthusiasts couldn't legally register it for public roads. Some collectors imported the cars anyway, but they could only display them or drive them on private property. One of the world's greatest supercars had become a forbidden dream for many American buyers. Ironically, the car that seemed like a financial burden would soon become one of Porsche's greatest achievements. Sometimes, the greatest inventions aren't fully appreciated when they're first introduced. That was exactly the fate of the Porsche 959. While it pushed the boundaries of automotive engineering, its incredible development costs meant Porsche lost money on nearly every car it built. From a business perspective, it wasn't the success many had expected. But history had a different plan. As the years passed, engineers and enthusiasts began to realize just how revolutionary the 959 really was. Many of the technologies that seemed futuristic in the 1980s eventually became standard features in high-performance sports cars. Intelligent all-wheel drive, electronically controlled suspension, twin-turbo performance, lightweight composite materials. The Porsche 959 had introduced them long before much of the automotive world caught up. Collectors soon recognized its importance. With only a limited number ever produced, the 959 became one of the most desirable classic supercars on Earth. Well-preserved examples began selling for extraordinary prices at prestigious auctions, confirming its status as a true automotive icon. More importantly, the Porsche 959 proved that a supercar could be both blisteringly fast and remarkably usable. It wasn't built only for racetracks. It could also be driven comfortably on everyday roads. That philosophy would influence generations of Porsche models and inspire countless manufacturers around the world. Today, the Porsche 959 is remembered not as a financial gamble, but as one of the most important supercars ever created. It wasn't simply ahead of its competitors, it was ahead of its time. The Porsche 959 didn't just predict the future of performance cars, it helped create it. Which legendary supercar should we uncover next? The Mercedes-Benz Coq GTR, the Bugatti EB110, or the Ferrari F50? Vote in the comments below. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more incredible stories from automotive history. Decades after production ended, the Porsche 959 has become one of the most sought-after collector cars in the world. What was once considered an expensive engineering experiment is now regarded as a masterpiece of automotive history. Every surviving example is carefully maintained by collectors, museums, and enthusiasts who understand its significance. Unlike many supercars that spend their lives hidden in private garages, some Porsche 959 owners still drive their cars on public roads and historic rallies, proving that this machine remains as capable today as it was in the 1980s. Restoration specialists now dedicate thousands of hours to preserving every detail, from its advanced electronics to its unique twin-turbo engine. Finding original replacement parts has become increasingly difficult, making each restoration a remarkable achievement. Modern hypercars produce more horsepower and achieve higher top speeds, but many engineers still point to the Porsche 959 as the car that changed everything. It demonstrated that a supercar could combine breathtaking speed with intelligent technology, comfort, and everyday usability. Without the Porsche 959, many of today's high-performance cars might never have existed in their current form. More than 40 years later, its design still turns heads. Its technology still earns respect, and its legacy continues to inspire the next generation of automotive innovation. The Porsche 959 didn't simply make history, it became history. That's why collectors don't just see it as a rare Porsche. They see it as one of the greatest engineering achievements ever to wear the Porsche badge. And that's exactly why its legend continues to grow. Every legendary car leaves behind a legacy, but only a handful changed the entire automotive industry. The Porsche 959 was one of those rare machines. It wasn't built to be the cheapest. It wasn't built to be the easiest. It was built to prove what was possible when engineers were allowed to dream without limits. Decades later, its influence can still be seen in nearly every modern high-performance sports car. Intelligent all-wheel drive systems, active suspension, lightweight composite construction, advanced turbocharging. These innovations are now common, but the Porsche 959 helped bring many of them into the spotlight. Today, the 959 isn't remembered for the money Porsche lost. It's remembered for the future it created. Every collector who starts its engine is reminded that true innovation often comes at a price. Every enthusiast who sees one in person understands they're looking at a piece of automotive history. More than a supercar, more than a technological marvel, the Porsche 959 became a symbol of fearless engineering. It proved that sometimes the greatest success isn't measured by sales figures, but by the impact a machine leaves on the world. Even after more than 4 decades, the Porsche 959 continues to inspire designers, engineers, and dreamers across the globe. Its story reminds us that the boldest ideas often become tomorrow's standards. And that's why the Porsche 959 will forever be remembered as the supercar that arrived before the world was ready. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more incredible stories from automotive history. Every week, we uncover the untold stories behind the world's greatest supercars, racing legends, and engineering masterpieces. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next documentary. Before we end this story, here are some incredible facts about the Porsche 959 that many people have never heard. Fact number 1. The Porsche 959 wasn't designed only for smooth highways. Its advanced all-wheel drive system gave it exceptional capability on rough roads, snow, and gravel, making it one of the most versatile supercars of its era. Fact number 2. Every Porsche 959 was assembled largely by hand. Skilled technicians spent hundreds of hours carefully fitting components, ensuring each car met Porsche's exacting standards. Fact number 3. The 959 featured one of the world's first production tire pressure monitoring systems, technology that has since become common in modern vehicles. Fact number 4. Even today, maintaining a Porsche 959 requires highly specialized knowledge. Only a small number of workshops worldwide have the expertise to service and restore these remarkable machines. Fact number 5. Despite being introduced in the 1980s, many engineers still study the Porsche 959 because of its innovative design and engineering solutions. That's the mark of a truly legendary automobile. It doesn't simply become old. It continues to teach future generations. The Porsche 959 proved that innovation often comes with risk. It challenged conventional thinking, inspired countless engineers, and permanently changed the direction of high-performance automotive design. Today, it stands not only as one of Porsche's greatest achievements, but also as one of the most influential supercars ever created. Some cars are remembered for their speed, others for their beauty. The Porsche 959 will always be remembered for changing the future. Thank you for joining us on this journey through one of the greatest engineering stories in automotive history. Until next time, keep your passion for cars alive. More than 40 years have passed since the Porsche 959 changed the automotive world. New supercars have become faster, more powerful, more technologically advanced. Yet the Porsche 959 continues to hold a special place in automotive history. Why? Because it wasn't designed to follow trends. It created them. Every great innovation begins with someone willing to take a risk. For Porsche, that risk was the 959. Engineers ignored conventional thinking and built a machine that many believed was impossible. They weren't simply chasing speed. They were redefining what a supercar could be. Today, when manufacturers develop intelligent all-wheel drive systems, lightweight composite materials, adaptive suspension, and advanced turbocharged engines, they are building on ideas that the Porsche 959 helped bring into the mainstream. Its influence reaches far beyond the Porsche brand. It changed the expectations of performance cars around the world. But perhaps its greatest achievement isn't measured in horsepower or top speed. It's measured by inspiration. The Porsche 959 inspired engineers to dream bigger, designers to think differently, and enthusiasts to believe that technology could transform the driving experience. That's why, even today, seeing a Porsche 959 on the road feels like witnessing a piece of living history. It reminds us that true innovation never goes out of style. It only becomes more valuable with time. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the remarkable story of the Porsche 959. If you enjoy automotive documentaries that uncover the hidden stories behind legendary machines, make sure to subscribe and join us for our next adventure. Until then, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep the passion for cars alive. Every legendary machine has a final chapter, but some stories never truly end. The Porsche 959 is one of them. Today, it is no longer judged by sales numbers or production costs. Instead, it is remembered for something far more important. It proved that innovation requires courage. When Porsche introduced the 959, many of its ideas seemed almost unbelievable. Computer-controlled all-wheel drive, twin turbochargers working together, lightweight composite construction, advanced electronics managing performance in real time. Decades later, these innovations have become part of everyday automotive engineering. The future that Porsche imagined has become reality. That is the true legacy of the 959. Around the world, collectors carefully preserve these rare machines. Museums proudly display them. Automotive journalists continue to rank them among the greatest supercars ever built. And every time one appears at a concours event or historic rally, crowds gather to witness a car that changed history. Not because it was the loudest, not because it was the most expensive, but because it dared to be different. The Porsche 959 reminds us that the greatest inventions are often misunderstood at first. Only with time do people realize how extraordinary they truly were. More than 40 years after its debut, the 959 continues to inspire engineers, designers, racers, and dreamers. Its story isn't just about horsepower. It's about vision. It's about determination. And it's about building the future before the world is ready. That's why the Porsche 959 will forever remain one of the greatest engineering masterpieces ever created. Thank you for watching this documentary. We'll see you in the next journey through automotive history.